All right, our guest tonight on Toyota Sports Talk, Dylan Cruz, Nats outfielder, getting ready for the upcoming 2026 season. Hard at work, spring training in West Palm Beach, Florida. Dylan, appreciate your time. No longer a rookie. That label is gone. How does that feel?
No, it feels great. It's pretty awesome to be here and play with all these guys, and we got a great locker room over there. So yeah, man, just ready for year number two.
How much more comfortable do you feel from last year compared to this year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good up there. I'm just prepared for the next year. Um, Obviously, last year we had the injury, so I was out for a couple months. But other than that, I mean, it was a little bit of an adjustment, and feel like we're prepared to attack year two.
What was like the biggest adjustment for you going from the college game to big league pitching? Like, what did the big league pitchers kind of force you to do at the plate there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, they're all polished every level you go up to. And, I think the biggest thing is to just really hone in on the zone and almost swing less, kind of, you don't want to have that thought process going up there. But, I think it's just really honing in on your zone. And if it's not there, then, don't swing. And if they can't throw four in the zone, then you go ahead and take first base. So, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing as you move up.
At this level, has it been a more of a challenging balance to balance the power angle versus kind of just hitting for contact?
I guess, yeah. I mean, but I think, when once you control the zone, all those things will happen naturally. My coach always says the strike zone is like the line of scrimmage in football. You control the line of scrimmage on both sides. A lot of good things will happen, and same thing goes for the strike zone, pitching and hitting. You control the strike zone from both sides of the plate. A lot of good things will happen. So I think you do that, the contact and the power numbers go up for sure.
Dylan, every athlete goes through some sort of adversity, challenges. You had some adversity last year. How did you deal with that, and how did you maybe learn from those experiences?
I mean, yeah, it's all lessons. It's never failures in this game. And I mean, obviously there is, but like you can't look at it that way. So yeah, we learn from it. We go ahead and we attacked. We had a great off season. So it was very we had a lot of quality hitting sessions, workout sessions, and fielding sessions too. So really ready to attack this year.
Who's been the biggest influence on you in that clubhouse?
Biggest influence? I mean, everybody's kind of got their own little deal. It's not really a single person that comes to mind. I feel like, these guys are the best of the best, so it's good to kind of pick their brains a little bit and get one thing from each guy. So I don't have anybody in specific, but yeah, I think really it's just picking pieces here and there and then putting it into your game. So yeah, that's what I got.
You obviously were a leader at LSU. You were kind of the big face of that program. And now you're going to the pros here with the Nats. How do you kind of grow into maybe being more of a leader in that clubhouse? I know it's only year number two for you, but do you assert yourself a little bit more in this clubhouse?
Yeah, I mean, I think being a leader it comes natural. I don't think it's kind of forced onto you. I think the way you go about your business, the way you prepare yourself and handle yourself through tough situations, I think that defines you as a leader. So I'm not going to claim myself as a leader or, that's their job. That's the players' decisions or whatever that is. But I'm going to do me. I'm going to go out there and prepare my tail off every single day and handle myself the way that it should. So I feel like that creates a good leader in the locker room.
New manager. What's been your first impression of Blake Butera?
No, it's been great. It's been awesome. Not just Blake, but the whole coaching staff. It's feels like everybody's on the same page. Going in the right direction all together. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Everybody's easy to talk to. So it's comfortable as a player. Going up there and obviously it's tough for to have a new coaching change, and so it could be tough at the start, but these guys have made it very simple and easy transition so far.
with Blake, what has he emphasized with you, personally, kind of as you go into this new season?
Yeah, I mean, just be me, don't try to do too much, don't try to do too less. I think that's just the biggest emphasis, and I think that goes for everybody else too. We're all young, we're all in this together, we're all moving in the same direction together. I think, in order to win a lot of games and yeah, I think you have to have trust in yourself and believe in yourself and not try to do too much. So I think that's what we're going to be doing, and we're like I said, we're all growing together and we're figuring this thing out all together.
Dylan, what I appreciate about you is you've been highly touted at every level, but you always have that competitive drive, that hunger. Where does that come from? How do you continue to raise the bar?
I mean, I view every day as an opportunity. I feel like every single time you step out on that field, it's an opportunity for us to get better, to prove to everybody else that you belong there and that you can play there, and not just prove to everybody else, but prove to yourself. And I feel like that's the most important thing. So, yeah, I try not to ever take a play off out there, and yeah, I want to play at 110% every single day because you never know who's watching, and it could be somebody's first game out there. So I always try to keep that mindset going into every game.
For you personally, what does success look like for 2026, for this upcoming year for you?
For me, I think the biggest thing, I mean, obviously I want to play hard-nosed baseball every single day. I have no goals in mind as far as numbers. I'm not going to go try out or go out there and try to hit 300 or
Yeah.
or hit 25 homers, just steal 30. That's not who I am. I can't put those numbers out there and try to do that. I'm gonna control what I can control every single day. That's stick to my preparation and be me. I'm gonna try to be the first person in the locker room every day and be the last one out there. So, yeah, I think that's a good mindset and a good goal for this year.
In this group in particular, great mix of, youthful energy, young guys mixed in with some veterans, experience. What do you like about this group heading into the new season?
I mean, these guys are just hungry. They're hungry. They're ready to get to work. And that's what we're doing every single day. We're coming out here early in the morning, and right off the bat, we're getting to work, and it's quality stuff. And I'm very very happy the way that everybody has been bought into this organization so far, and it's very very egoless, very selfless, and it's been awesome to watch so far. So, I think the earlier that we do that, the better, it is in the long run. So I'm really excited for this year.
And soon enough, opening day will be here, home opener against the Dodgers. What do you want to say to Nats fans up here in DC? Because they're excited about the new season, Dylan.
Uh, can't wait to go out there and we're all gonna, go out there and put on a show. So really, really excited to see y'all and go Nats.
Awesome. Dylan Cruz, outfielder for the Nationals. Dylan, appreciate your time. We'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us on Toyota Sports Talk.